On this episode of I Play With Knives, I review the Cold Steel AD15 Clone from DHgate. But first, I want to shout out Hungry Bird, a subscriber. Thanks for the comments recently on the knife videos. And yes, these are tester knives. If you really like them, go buy the real thing. And if you want me to shout out your comment, first, you got to subscribe. And then number two, you got to make a decent comment. And then we'll go from there. Thanks, Hungry Bird. You made some good comments this week. All right, now open up your DHgate app and search for Cold Steel knives. You're going to see all the fakes in here. And eventually you're going to find an AD15. There's a few selections of them in here with different options. They range from about 25 bucks all the way up to about 70 bucks. I bought mine for 24 bucks. And if you want the real thing, you can get it on Blade HQ for 135.
3 weeks of Chinese shipping later.
All right, it's time to choose a knife to open up the new package. So let's see. Well, I got to use the Spartan because this thing, I was all wrong about this knife. This is a great knife and my wife uses it every day. I can barely put it back in the vault of clones. All right, I have to be honest with you. This knife, I am semi-excited about it. It is, I've read some good and bad things about it online, and we'll see how it comes out. Man, I need to sharpen this this knife. It's being used too much. And here we go. Come on. There it is. Throw that away. All right. First impressions of this knife is it's like another Cold Steel knife. It's got a thick blade. It is, you know, the scales are pretty thick on there. It looks kind of plasticky. But let's see. All right, the blade's all right. I like the blade, but the rest of it is just, I like what they're doing with it, with the actual hollowed out lock style. I guess it's called a scorpion lock. The blade's decent looking, but we'll see. Overall, first impressions is it's a cool knife. All right, let's start our standard test, starting with the measure test. I've put the actual specs from the manufacturer up here so you can see how it measures up. All right, the blade comes in at 3.5 inches and overall a measurement of 8.5 inches. I would say that is accurate. All right, up next is the weight test. And this one says from the official specs, it is 6.57 ounces. And let's see here. Let's get this thing working. And this one comes in at 5.15 ounces. A little light. A little too light. All right, up next is the sharpness test, where we take this piece of paper and we see if we can shave off some nice clean cuts with this knife. And if you like these videos, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing, and you can turn on that notification to get notified, because that's what the notification button does, of all new videos that come out each week. All right, let's see how it works. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty sharp. That's like butter. It's got a clean cut to it. Oh, I messed up on that one. Let's see here. Let's see if I can do a big long one. Yep. That's a pretty sharp blade. That cuts like butter. Oh, a little tiny one. Let's check the tip. All right, that's pretty good. I've seen better. I've seen worse. I would say it's decent. Let's check the arm hair test. It does shave hair off. Pretty good. I like it. All right, up next is my favorite test, the tip test. We're going to go ahead and take this knife and shove it into this 2x6 probably about 6 to 9 times. And remember, safety first, even if your gloves have holes in them. Let's go ahead and try this out. Alright, that should do it. Let's see how it did. This thing this thing didn't even scratch. Let's see if I can get this thing in focus. Alright. Let me get it in here. Hold on. Man, that tip doesn't even have a scratch on it. I would say that this is a pretty strong knife for a clone. But most of these Cold Steel clones are the same way. So either they have, because they're made overseas anyways, so maybe they're really close to the real thing. But overall, I would say it survived the tip test. And it did a good job too. Alright, so overall this knife, I would say, is a good working knife. It's not a gentleman's knife that you want to show off, and it's got a weird little locking mechanism here. So when you hold it, you're locking it in place, but it's not a one-handed knife. Like, you need two hands to operate this locking mechanism. So that's the thing I don't like about it, is that it's hard to flip open, it's hard to use with one hand. But other than that, it's just a good working knife. I don't like that lock and stuff. Well, let's see what my family thinks about this knife, shall we? Shelby.
Yes.
I'm going to show you my new knife.
Okay.
Okay, here it is.
Okay. Ooh.
What do you think of that one?
Pretty good. It's a thick boy.
It's a thick boy.
Because it's like
It's a thick boy.
It's a thick boy. I like the style on the side of it.
Oh,
It
the
feels
scales and the grip.
good. ASMR.
It's got some noise to it.
Yeah. ASMR knife.
ASMR knife.
Yeah.
But other than the ASMR qualities of it,
I think this would be good at cutting things.
Cutting things.
Mhm.
What knives do the best, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your unbiased opinion.
Mhm.